Hello, everyone. Imagine someone came to you today and said, I have a brilliant app idea. Now, here's my question. How do you know it's actually a good idea? So, welcome to today's presentation. Our topic today is from problem to product. Most people immediately think about futures, technology, or how beautiful the interface should look. But experienced product managers think differently. They ask one simple question: what problem does it solve? Because customers rarely wake up thinking about your product. They wake up thinking about their own frustrations, their own goals, and the tasks they need to accomplish. The product that succeeds are the ones that solve real problems, not the ones with the longest future list. So in this session, we're, we're going to explore how great products are built by first understanding customer problems and then turning those insights into valuable solutions. Let's get started. Why most products fail? One of the biggest misconceptions in product management is believing that good ideas automatically become successful products. They don't. In fact, many startups fail, not because they couldn't build the product, but because nobody actually needed it. Think about that for a second. Teams spend months building something that customers never asked for. That's what I call the founder trap. The conversation usually starts with, what should we build? But that's already the wrong question. A better question is, what problem is worth solving? Because if you deeply understand the problem, the solution becomes much easier to discover. A product's success is often decided long before a designer creates a mock-up or an engineer writes the first line of code. Understanding customers' problem. Now let's go a little deeper. Customer often describe symptoms, but they rarely explain the real problem. For example, someone might say, ordering food takes long. That's useful feedback, but it's only the symptom. When we investigate further, we may discover that delivery drivers are being assigned inefficiently. That's the actual problem. Notice the difference. If you only fix the symptom, you may improve the experience temporarily, but when you solve the root cause, you create lasting value. One of the biggest responsibilities of a product manager is learning to ask why multiple times until the real issue becomes clear. Jobs to be done framework. One framework that helps us think this way is called jobs to be done. The idea is surprisingly simple. Customers don't buy products. They hire products to help them accomplish something. People don't hire Uber because they love transportation apps. They hire Uber because they want reliable transportation. People don't use Dropbox because they enjoy cloud storage. They use it because they need access to files whenever they are, wherever they are, sorry. And Zoom, people don't people aren't looking for video software. They are trying to communicate with colleagues, clients, friends, or family. When you shift your thinking from products to job, your entire approach to product development changes. Instead of asking what feature to build next, you ask, what job is my customer trying to get done? We now go to identifying pain points. Customer pain points generally fall into four categories. Not every customer problems look the same. Like I said, pains, customer pain points generally fall into four categories. Financial pain points happen when something costs too much. Productivity pain points occur when tasks take longer than necessary. pain points appear when workflows become confusing or inefficient. And emotional pain points involve frustration, uncertainty, or stress. The interesting thing is that often solve more than one of these at the same time. Imagine a budgeting app. If it saves users money, simplifies tracking expenses, and reduces financial anxiety, it's solving financial productivity and emotional pain points simultaneously. That's where real value is created. Customer research that produces useful insights. Here's something Here's something that surprises many new products manager. Customers, good customer research isn't about asking people what they want. It's about understanding what they actually do. Because people are often poor at predicting their future behavior. Instead of asking, would you use this future? Ask questions like, what were you trying to achieve? What made it difficult? What alternative did you try? What frustrated you the most? Then combine those conversations with behavioral data. Look at customer support tickets, study product analytics, read app store reviews, observe customer using the product, why different sources begin telling the same story. You're getting close to discovering a real opportunity. Writing problem statements. A strong problem statement is specific, evidence-based, and user-centered. Once you've gathered enough research, it's time to define the problem clearly. A strong problem statement isn't vague. It doesn't say, our users need a better dashboard. Instead, it explains exactly who is struggling, what they are struggling with, why is it happening, and what impact it's having. Notice something important? A good problem statement doesn't suggest the solution. That's intentional. If we jump to solutions too quickly, we limit our creativity. A well-written problem statement creates room for multiple possible solutions. From insights to product opportunities. This is where product management becomes exciting. Research gives us insights, insights reveal opportunity, and opportunities eventually become products. For example, imagine users keeping abandoning a food delivery app during checkout. That's the insight. After further investigation, we discovered delivery fees appear unexpectedly. That's the observation. Now the opportunity becomes obvious. Increased transparency earlier in the customer journey. One possible solution is displaying estimated delivery fees before checkout. But notice I said one possible solution. There could be 5 different solutions to the same problem. The insight stays the same. The implementation may vary. Validating ideas before building. One mistake companies make is confusing confidence with evidence. Just because your team believes something will work doesn't mean customer will. That's why validation matters. Before building anything expensive, we should answer 3 questions. Do customers actually want this? Can we realistically build it? Will we support the business? Will it support the business? Instead of launching a full product immediately, we can reduce uncertainty with the landing pages, clickable prototypes, fake door tests, concise MVPs, or beta releases. Every experiment teaches us something, and every lesson we learn early saves money later. Validation is almost always cheaper than rebuilding. Case study. Let's take Airbnb. Successful products produce ecosystems of problems, not isolated ones. Let's bring everything together with Airbnb. Initially, it looked like a problem, like the problem was simple. People wanted cheaper accommodation, but the founders discovered something much bigger. Travelers wanted authentic local experiences. Homeowners wanted to earn income from unused space. The breakthrough wasn't solving one customer's problem. It was solving two connected problems simultaneously. That's why Airbnb became more than a booking platform. It became a marketplace. Great products often create value across an entire ecosystem, not just for one group of users. Key takeaways. Let's quickly recap today's session. Great products don't begin with brilliant ideas. They begin with real customer problems. Product managers spend less time making assumptions and more time understanding behavior. Strong research uncovers root causes. Clear problem statement guides better decisions, and validation helps reduce risks before major investments are made. I will leave you with one final thought from Uri Levin, co-founder of Waste. Fall in love with the problem, not the solution. Because when you truly understand the problem, building the right product becomes much easier. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next session. Remember, fall in love with the problem, not the solution. Thank you very much once again.